mean, I actually didn't know. I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, gosh, it's got to be coming around. I don't look at stats. I try not to look at that stuff. But yeah, I didn't actually know it until I walked off the field. But I mean, it just means I've had a lot of really good players. That's what it means. You know, Coach Daly, Scott Daly's been there the whole time. He actually probably deserves a couple of those because I've been ejected from some of those that we won. But yeah, a lot of great players and great coaches along, you know, with me for the ride. And it's hard to believe that I remember when I first won. And it's really, really hard to believe that I've been doing it that long.
What's it mean to win a game like that?
Well, I mean, it's a slugfest. We kind of knew it was going to be that way, and you know, obviously they're really talented, and their lineup is really scary, and the wind's blowing out, and you just knew it was going to be one of those games. And but yeah, to win the series, I mean, you're at home, you got to win the series. I mean, that's you put that on your players that we've got to find a way to win the series when you're at home, and to do it on Friday and Saturday, you know, feels good. And but you know, tomorrow we're not thinking about sweeping. Tomorrow we're thinking about this is one of 30. We've got 28 more of these games, and every one of them counts the same. So tomorrow it's just straight up. We're just trying to win tomorrow. We're not worried about sweeping. We're about trying to win tomorrow.
You got so many fifth-year guys on this team. I want to ask you how that reflected on Cole's at bat there at the very end. You guys have been through a ton of big ball games, ton of situations like that.
Yeah.
So you've got a guy who has been there. I mean, how much of that experience kind of help in those kind of cases?
Well, it just the heart rate goes down a lot when you've been in that experience. When you've done it before, you are a lot more calm in those situations. And if it's the first time you've ever done it, that's when you grip the bat too tight. That's when you start swinging the balls in the dirt. And Cole Tate, you know, goes to 2-0, takes 2 close pitches to get himself ahead in the count. And you know, just that's a mature at bat. When he was a freshman or sophomore, I don't know if that happens.
Yeah.
But as a junior, senior, you know, fifth-year guy, that's what you get when you get experienced players.
What are you learning about this team right now?
Now it's fun. It's a fun group to be around. You know, I don't have to tell them too many things just because they've got so much experience. There's so many guys that have been there. So there's some reminding going along the way, but they kind of coach themselves. And they're a fun group, and you know, winning's fun. I mean, bottom line, whatever you do, winning's fun. Mm-hmm. And so you know, we found a way to get on a streak here and play really well. Everybody's contributing, and that's what I'm happy about. Is so many guys are playing a role in this streak right now. And you know, tomorrow we just got a chance to win another game. Not worried about sweeping, just worried about winning another game, because we got 30 of these total in this league, and they're all a battle.
What about Jaden today? I mean, he's given up a few home runs now this year. Is that a little bit of a concern?
Well, I mean, he's our guy. We're going to keep giving him the ball. You know, he's not able to throw his changeup right now, and it's something him and Coach Kenny go back to work on. The breaking ball's gotten better.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But you know, he's just missing some spots with his fastball, and you know, everyone's now had a year to watch him. They're watching a lot of video. They know what's kind of coming. They know he's a fastball guy, and it's a tough day to be a pitcher today because the wind's blowing out.
Yeah, you can't use this kind of.
So you know, on days like today, you've got to be able to command your off speed, and you know, we just fell behind in some counts. But bottom line is, you know, when I went and got him off to my, hey, we need you. We're going to need you. And he was on the top step cheering everybody on, just like Michael Polk was, just like Luke Wagner was. All those guys are a part of this thing. We're going to need them all.
Tomorrow, I know Garrett's going to get to start tomorrow. Yeah. He's been, you know, trying to work his way back in.
Sure.
Hasn't thrown a whole lot. Kind of, what are you hoping for and looking for
tomorrow?
Well,
I'd love to see 2 times through the order. You know, 3, 4, maybe 5 innings, and you know, Jack Gowan can still finish things up at the end. Colin Caldwell's still going to be fresh. That his situation that he came in. I mean, there's 3 out of 4 lefties. That's his job.
Sure.
And we're going to give him the ball again. That's what he's here for, and he's going to succeed a whole lot more than he fails, and that's part of this game. You know, those guys are really good hitters, and they're trying to do their job, and our pitchers are trying to do theirs. We walk too many guys, but bottom line is, you know, we need everybody, and tomorrow we've got plenty of guys to get it done, and you know, they're in the same boat. The bullpens are depleted a little bit, and that's a tough one when you go that long and you don't win. That's really tough because you use up the bullpen, and when you win, it's still tough because you use up the bullpen. But it might be another slugfest tomorrow.
Yeah, these games are so exhausting. Like you said, if you win the games like this, you feel kind of okay about things. You know, other than the pick kind of being thin on pitching. But if games like that, if you lose, that can be kind of a tough one.
Well, I think the difference is if you win them, you know, I can probably go take a nap. If you lose them, you stare at the wall. And you know, we've all been through it. It's really tough. You know, as a coach, as players, those are tough losses, and you know, the wins feel so great, and the loses hurt so much, and these kids put so much into it, and the coaching staffs put so much into it. And the bottom line is, you just got to keep working. When things don't look like they're going your way, you got to stick with it, and that's what we did today. It's a great example of guys just sticking with it.